Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Life First Business podcast. Today I'm talking about the importance of niching as a coach, how to go about it, and how to avoid some of the common misconceptions about niching. So, first of all, the reason it's really important to consider your niche when you're a new coach and you're just starting out is that it's really important for you to get specific around what you're offering, who you're offering it to, and how you're talking about it to stand out. It's such a noisy space out there, particularly if you're promoting yourself online. If you're not getting really specific about who you're helping and how you're helping them, it's going to be really hard to stand out. You're just going to blend in and you're going to really struggle to get cut through and to pique people's interest. And the earlier on you are in the business, I believe the more important it is to get really specific with your niche. That could be the niche for your first offer. It doesn't mean that you're pigeonholing yourself forever. You can still be a coach that helps different people, but for your first offer and for starting out in your business, it's really important to get specific and really important to niche down. And if you want a business that gives you freedom and flexibility, then taking a less is more approach is the answer. So although you might want to help everyone, you might want to have lots of different offers, I wouldn't recommend it if you're wanting to keep your business simple and streamlined so that it does afford you the freedom and flexibility that you're looking for. If you're listening to the Life First Business podcast, so I'm guessing that's what you want from your business. So let's dive into how to approach your niche. Now, a lot of people sometimes think this is just about choosing a specific person and getting very specific around who that person is. But really, it's about how you're helping them. I suggest you start with the how and then think about the who. So how are you helping someone? What is the exact problem that you're helping them to solve? You're coaching that client to go from an undesirable state to a desirable state. What is that specific problem you're helping to solve? Then think about who that would be appropriate for. And when you're taking a life first approach for your business, I always help my clients to put themselves first, to put their ideal vision for their business at the forefront and craft their business around that. So you want to make sure that that problem that you're helping people solve, yes, you want it to be profitable. Yes, you want there to be a market for what you're offering, but you also want it to be something you are passionate about that lights you up when you imagine helping people with this problem. Then you want to find a person you would love to work with as well. Think about the ideal characteristics of the type of person you want to coach. When we talk about a niche, we're talking about making sure it's profitable, making sure there's not too much competition, that you're setting yourself apart, making sure it's a problem that or a desire that is urgent or painful enough that people are going to pay to have it solved or to get to that desirable position. Also, you want to make sure that it aligns for you and it meets your vision of your life first business. So it's something that you feel really aligned with, that you're working with the types of people and clients you really want to help. There's a lot of brainstorming to go on there, and it's overlaying those two areas of your skills, expertise, needs and desires as a business owner, and then your ideal client, their problems and needs and desires, and finding that overlap between the two. And what having a specific niche can do for you is, as I said, it's what's going to help you to stand out. The positioning of your offer and also the niche that you created around that offer is going to help you stand out as an authority in that space because it's much more targeted. It's going to allow you to create much more targeted messaging. So you're going to get that cut through that when people hear you talking about your business and you talking about your coaching or your offer, they're saying, wow, she's inside my head. She is talking exactly to me. And that's what's going to get you noticed. It's going to allow you to have a much deeper understanding of your customers because you're much more targeted around who those people are. And as I said, that's not about demographics, gender, things like that. That's related to that problem that you're helping them solve and what that means to them and their life. You're going to reduce the competition because you're setting yourself apart from the other coaches out there by getting really specific around your niche. And you can really set yourself apart here if you're getting so specific around how you're niching. This is what I help my clients do through a framework I've created called the 5 levers of your niche. By looking at the different aspects of the way that you're niching and doing it in a clever way, you can set yourself completely apart from any other competition. And if you're focusing on one offer and one niche, your business is going to be much more streamlined and simple, and it's going to allow you to scale it much more easily than if you're trying to help everyone and you've got all sorts of different offers. And it's going to give you much stronger brand identity and help you build that personal brand as a coach. Now, these are some of the things that I see a lot of coaches struggle with when it comes to the idea of niching. Firstly, a lot of coaches believe that niching is going to limit their opportunities, and maybe that they're going to find it more difficult to find clients because they've niched down. They feel that if they're keeping it broad and not being too niche, then they're going to find it easier to sign clients. But it just works the opposite way to that. So the more broad you're being, the less it's going to cut through the noise and get the right person thinking, wow, this is for me. So don't believe it's going to limit your opportunities to niche. A lot of coaches feel like they want to help everyone. They're really passionate about a lot of different things and they don't want to niche down. It doesn't mean that you're niching forever and you can't ever tweak and change. But I promise you, if you don't niche down early on and you don't get quite specific around who you're helping and how you're helping them, you're going to find it much more difficult to get your business off the ground. You're just going to get to a point where you're feeling so frustrated that things aren't moving and that you're not seeing traction. Whereas if you commit to niching down early on and then get your business off the ground, start seeing traction, signing clients, of course it's going to evolve. Of course it's going to develop as you develop as a coach, as your business develops, and that's fine. And you can adjust things as you go. But feeling like you need to either stay really broad at the beginning to help as many people as you can, or feeling like, I'll keep it broad for now, but I'll niche down later, that's going to hinder you from making fast progress. A lot of coaches might believe that niching means they can only serve a tiny market. But again, especially if you're a coach delivering your services online, you've got such a huge pool of people that you can potentially reach. And by having really clear messaging, you're going to be able to reach those people wherever they are in the world. There's an endless pool of people within your niche and enough to make your business work. Having that mindset that you're limiting yourself or that it's only going to be a small market for this particular niche is having a scarcity mindset. You need to have an abundant mindset and realize that the world is your oyster. You've got the opportunity to build this online coaching business, and there's plenty of people out there who you can help and serve within a specific niche. Well, I already touched on it, but believing that niching is permanent. Once you decide something at the beginning of your business, it's going to be really difficult to pivot or change or move direction. And that's not the case. Like, your business will be developing all the time. No one else notices as much as you think they do. I started my coaching business by working with solopreneurs who had service-based businesses, which included coaches, but also other service-based businesses. Now I've niched down to helping wellness and life coaches because that was the majority of the clients I was attracting through my messaging, but also because I realized that I can make much more transformative programs if I'm really focused on the problems that coaches are facing in comparison to just any service-based solopreneur. So, it develops as you start working with clients, but you want to think of a specific niche at the beginning and create clear messaging around that and come up with a clear problem that you're helping to solve. So if you're wondering when to start with niching, as I said, really start by thinking about you and what you want as a business owner, what lights you up, what you're passionate about. Focus on that problem first and then the who afterwards. Do it that way around. Often people do it the other way around. They start thinking of the person and what problems that person has. But think of the characteristic of the person that you'd like to work with, then think about the problems that you'd like to solve and start there and start thinking about who might need help with that problem. I hope that's given you a really good starting point, and I hope that if you've been having any of those thoughts about niching or being hesitant to pick a niche or thinking that maybe that's something you'll do further down the line, I hope that's given you some food for thought on why it could be really beneficial to start thinking about your niche now, about the niche for your specific offer that you're going to launch first or next in your business, why it can help you get cut through. The coaching industry is growing so fast. The online space on social media is getting noisier and noisier. Help yourself to stand out by building a really strong brand within a specific niche. That's going to be your first step to really seeing your business get off the ground and for you to start attracting clients into your coaching offers. So I hope you found that really helpful. If you want a clear plan on the exact 7 steps to get your business launched and start growing it and be able to attract clients into your business and start filling up your wait list, then download my 1-page business blueprint. It gives you the exact steps to start attracting clients and building a sales and marketing system in your coaching business. And there's a mini training that goes with it that talks you through where to focus according to where you are in your business. I love to take complicated processes and really simplify them down. I've created 1 page so that you can map this all out on 1 simple page, and that's going to give you so much clarity on what you should be focused on and how you're actually going to climb that big mountain of getting to a full client roster and a wait list of people wanting to work with you. I'll link that in the show notes. It's called the 1-page client attraction blueprint, and you can download your copy there. We'll see you next week.